Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ask Me Everything. But it's not an AMA. It's more of a demo. We wanted to show you. I know you guys have been asking us about PvP. Show us PvP. What's happening with PvP? Blah 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 blah. So here's the first look ever from the PvP version. And with us today is Felix, our game design director, and Ali from our game development team. Um,
Right.
so before we go into the showing you guys what PvP demo looks like, again, it's a demo version. A lot is has to be done. Some of it will be under working. But definitely, it's like the building blocks are setting up for that. The game currently is in our PvE, which is the player versus environment version. So if you play the game right now, the enemies spawn on their own. You are not fighting the other players particularly at this point of time. But in PvP, obviously, as the word PvP means player versus player, so there will be events or battles which are where players will be fighting with other players and their armies. So without further delay, I will transfer to Felix to tell a little bit about PvP and probably show us as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so first introduction. So we wanted to introduce PvP in multiple steps and prototyping the first step, which is having a kind of safe environment of PvP where players fight against each other and can get to know how PvP works and how are tactics of other people. And so we decided to go for an asynchronous PvP where player can fight against each other and don't need to risk anything real, kind of. And yeah, then I would start sharing our prototype. One
Sure.
moment.
I mean, a lot of people have been waiting for it for a long time, and so
Yeah, I've
here
seen it
is
also on
your
Discord. And
a little bit, yes. So
yeah,
yeah, I mean, for our players and the followers on other channels, if you're not on Discord for Medieval Empires, please join because I think most of the information is first released to our Discord followers before any other channel because it's a much more active community for us. But anyway, Felix, continue.
yeah. So we wanted to go for weekly events, which would be um, accessible through the PvP area.
Mm-hmm.
Players could see a leaderboard there, how everyone is currently performing with the ranking. It's a prototype, so it's not all in that we want to have in uh, just have the first one. To participate, players would need to first set up a defense
Mm-hmm.
where they would jump into the scene where the battle would happen. Then they have slots where they can set up an army. Interesting
Mm-hmm.
here as a mechanic that we wanted to do is that players don't need to use their own units. Instead, they would go for using their heroes. And based on the heroes, if you see, I switched to a level 3 now. And something we need to fix. Actually, the level of all units would
Mm-hmm.
become the same level as the hero. Here you can see it.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
it's a prototype, so that's why
Obviously.
things are not working.
Yeah,
But
that's the whole point of prototyping that the
yeah,
bugs can be fixed out. But like
so
just
you now
just
see
to yeah,
you now
yeah.
see I have a
Now.
hero level 3, and all the units I
Mm.
can add to the army are also level 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you would only be able to add units and not other heroes like it was set up as default.
Okay.
And if I choose to take a level 24 hero, all the units would be level 24. And it's all the units I have currently unlocked that I can use for setting up. So if I would have unlocked Kaji swordsman, I would have them available. If I have the VIP unit unlocked because I'm level 17 VIP, then
Mm-hmm.
I would be able to add them here. So you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that in terms of like the units, I was just seeing swordsmen. So I was wondering like if the hero is a swordsman, then can you also add like cavalry and archery as well as units into your army?
Yes,
Ah, awesome.
whatever I want. So I now make an infantry army. So as I use an infantry hero,
But you don't know at this point of time who's your opponent. That's
no,
decided by
this is
them.
my defense. So the
Ah,
one
okay.
who are going to defend everything. So now you can see there the next one.
Hmm.
See, do I have an archer? Ah, they are all level 1. Random roll was bad to me. So, okay, then I go for another one, and this time I would add like a lot of Kaji bowmen. So this is my archer army now.
Hmm.
This one I also replace, and now you see it here. Actually, you now understand how to set up a defense. And
Hmm.
once I have a defense, the defense should be saved now, right, Ali?
Yes, it's saved. You can attack now.
Yeah. So now I would go for an attack, and I would get different options whom I attack, but it's
Hmm.
predefined what are my options. This way, we want to make sure that you are facing someone that is abovely ranked as you are on the leaderboard, and then you have a choice. And also, we make sure that players are not attacking the same opponent over and over again. So this is, in this case, an example chosen from the ones who haven't fighted for a long time.
Hmm.
So I will now go for Governor 4041-6, which should be Ali.
Yeah, that's me.
And now I can see Ali has set up his army already. And I see over here, there's a cavalry. And then I will say, okay, if he's having cavalry, then I will use my infantry here.
Hmm. Because the same logic applies as does in the
Same logic
PvE. Yeah.
applies as there. And so I save the ones here. And over there, he's having infantry and artillery. And I decide to go for, I still don't have the right heroes, but the units, collapsed view is not working. Yeah, so you see there's still stuff to do, but and I also will make here an archer army.
I think here the Genesis Commander generated heroes would be much more interesting to see how they will behave against as per their qualities and preferences.
Yeah, especially the benefit that they have a higher durability and therefore can reach a higher level.
Hmm.
And all the units are based on the heroes. They are a significant benefit. Yes.
Definitely.
So, and now I've set up also 3 armies to appear in a moment.
I think you selected the same hero in 2 slots. So the
Ah,
last
okay.
yeah.
Then I will just pick another one. Ah, no, I wanted archers. So, save setup. Yeah, there it is. And now let's start the battle.
Right.
No, what? No. Start the battle. And now you see them moving. So they are going for attacking a nearby enemy. Here, Ali had chosen a level 1 hero instead of a 24.
So
Which
obviously
is
they
now
were able to kill
a big
that very
benefit for
quickly.
me.
Yeah, I didn't have higher cavalry heroes.
And here my archers took down the infantry, and now I'm having the advance on my side, and the archers should be taken down.
Interesting. So
Yeah, regularly the battle would now be over because they are out of health, but yeah, it's the problem with when presenting, then something goes wrong.
no, again, like we are mentioning, like this is a very, very sort of like test mode of this, and that's why we are extensively testing internally right now before integrating into the game as a live version altogether. And again, because this is going to be interesting once it's implemented in the game. But yeah, we need to test it extensively internally before. But we definitely were pushing, like as marketing team was like really after that. We want to show the community at least something about how it's coming across, because we have internally been seeing it for a bit, and we definitely wanted to show how it's going to look like. So just to summarize, like once the battle is done and the if it all goes as planned and the army is defeated, then will you get a message on your like how we get in a normal battle situation, that if we win a battle we get a notification that you have victory in the
Exactly.
army
So
similarly? Yeah.
both sides will get a message.
Mhm.
The winner and the one who lost the battle, where they get informed about how many XP did the heroes gained, which rewards are granted, and so on. So this would be in, and also then the leaderboard would adjust. So
Interesting. And
those would
Yeah,
it is like you mentioned, it's asynchronized as well, right? Like it's like
yes,
both players don't have to be online to have the battle at the same
exactly.
time.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's true.
So
Yeah,
this
because
way
like
we
otherwise
also
it will
make
be
sure
difficult to coordinate that, oh, you need to be online and I need to be online and then we are fighting. Like, so yeah, it's not like that.
it's not like that.
Yeah. Good.
So you will always be able to fight when you're online, no matter how many other people are online and how many at the moment want to battle. So this is also one of the reasons why we went for asynchronous. We wanted to make sure that for this we have always the possibility for players to win, and then we would have like seasons, like probably going for a week or two. And then at the end of the season, winners get additional reward like we have now for the events. So most likely also get winning me with it. And then we restart and the leaderboard starts from scratch and you have to be
Resets.
active and participate.
Mm-hmm. Ali, you wanted to add something?
no, so the previous battle, Felix obviously won it. It got stuck at the end. It's some of the bugs we're currently fixing.
Yes.
It's just a prototype yet, but yeah. And the interesting thing is that both armies move, as you saw, to reach each other. Not like what we have now with PVE. Only the player's army moves, while the NPC army is standing, waiting. So yeah. So there are many things to fix yet, but it's a very cool feature.
But it's coming across. It's coming along. It's coming along. Like yeah, that's the thing. We a lot of people in community keep asking us, okay, what's happening with this? A lot of things we are internally testing, and we before we release it to the live version, we have to completely like all the teams involved, like Ali from the development team and like the tech team, the product team, the game design team. They all have to sign off on these things before we put it onto the live version of the game, and
Yeah.
deploy it,
Also
because
our team,
yeah, our
because
team, exactly, our team
we
as
want to
well
have more an arena-ish
visual.
feeling potentially, and
Yes,
therefore make special visuals also there. So
absolutely. Yeah,
we're on
they
a good
have.
track in terms of it's giving fun. So we had some sessions where we were playing together and had a lot of fun with it. But still, it's a longer way to go.
Good. But in the meantime, I think Felix, you were also mentioning there's, other than PvP, there are some other things as well in the mix that are coming towards, like certain more, like we already have the weekly tournament events where we sort of have like a, every week we have a different theme altogether. But you mentioned that there are some other events as well coming other than the weekly
Yes.
tournament.
We want to have more events. So one of the events will be team or county events where all
Mm-hmm.
players of a county are working together towards a goal. So there we will force, not force, we will incentive collaboration, so that, an example, in one of those events, players have to get down invader fortresses to score points. So which means attack together invader fortress and then score higher. And therefore, we are also developing a bit different rewards. So this will be then prize pools that are then contributed within this team, and an additional reward for the landlord who is
Hmm.
hosting kind of the team. So, which is also giving another benefit for owning counties, that they get when they have a good team that is participating will also get their reward.
I think it's an extra incentive for landlords to make sure that all the players and on their land are playing actively
Exactly.
and doing the missions, not just their personal missions, but also the group missions that are assigned to them.
Yes. Then we also want to add more weekly events, and we want to introduce kind of seasonal events, so events that are happening for 2, 3, or 4 weeks, and then have a topic, and players can score on this and also get rewards. And as a last type, we also want to have is what I would call hero events,
Mm-hmm.
where heroes have to do something in order to score points. And
Okay.
when we have all this together, we have a lot of events. And one of the big differences to now is that they will not be scheduled after another. They will happen parallel, so that you can have this current weekly event, which is for a single player. At the same time, there's a team event running, and it might be a seasonal event too, and later then even one of those hero events, so that there's a lot to do then in the game, and you can decide if you want to focus on one thing or if you want to participate on many things. So a lot
Yeah,
of
I mean
opportunities
that's,
then.
yeah, I think that's the player where people say like, oh, we need more in-game content. I think that's the in-game content where we are sort of bringing a pipeline into it, that there are going to be much more in, like you will be able to spend more time in medieval empires and probably have much more of an experience of playing a much more diverse experience of playing the game, I would say, in that
Yeah, and also
sense, with
players were
multiple like.
asking. Sorry. Yeah, also players were asking for more possibilities to win me, and this will also be given by this. So every of those events will have its own me reward pool.
That's amazing. Anything else before we wrap up? Do you want to add anything?
Um, I don't know how secret other stuffs are. I should not talk about or should talk about.
Yeah, let's keep some things for the next AMA
Okay.
as well. Like we have, but yeah, it's the main purpose of this particular demo was to actually show you guys that PvP is coming. We are working on it, and as soon as our all our teams, like we mentioned, our game design team, our game development team, our tech team, our product team, our art team, they all sign off on that. It's perfectly fine working internally. Then we will deploy it on the live version of the game. In the meantime, like Felix mentioned, we will be introducing much more events. maybe before even PvP comes out, like you will be seeing these events very quickly in the game. Actually, Felix in the process of finalizing the overall structure of these events. And yeah, and other than that, our loyalty program is already running the season 2. So if you're not the part of it, you can also join our loyalty program and win a lot of stuff. There's a lot to win there as well. And you can win land NFTs, you can win Genesis Commander NFTs, you can also win hundreds of thousands of me tokens as well, depending on your participation. So yeah, and keep playing Medieval Empires, and thank you so much. And we will meet you soon in another
And you too.
version of this.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.